lighten that coin purse for you? Goblin products are built to blast. I know a buyer when I see one. Hey, that's it! I got mouths to feed.
I have many lucky doos you like.
I ain't got it, you don't want it. Pleasure doing business with ya.
One, the quantity, and one reduces the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you can't get the really good stuff until you can do 4 of the little mounds with the wild seed root grain.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
you can, yeah, all 4 require it, and then if you use like supposedly a blue one instead of a green one, it also ups the quality.
Okay. So I should keep the wild seed instead of putting it in there. Like the purple, the epic wild seed root grain, right?
Yeah, but you can plant them and get some with the seeds later.
Okay, okay.
I usually do the one that only has 1 catalyst and just grow some more catalyst.
Okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing though. Just fucking around.
Yeah, me neither. I like just putting whatever's in my bag and that I can clear a stack of to get some bag space.
I mean, the problem is like right now I don't really need any materials because I'm leveling my shaman and get all the hides and skins I need from there.
Right.
Leveling my pally, he's a miner and an herbalist, so I just farm stuff all day long anyway.
Yeah, okay. So nothing like no mounts, no pets, no whatsoever until we can get four catalysts.
Good stuff.
Okay. All right.
How's it going today, guys? It's your boy Big Art back with another YouTube video. Today I'm on my Mystery Monk. I will be going in depth on how to play Mystery Monk and giving you a full healing guide, as well as going into the different talents you can choose, what to do in different scenarios, and basically discuss the monk class itself. Before I do get into it though, I just want to say thank you all so much for everyone who subscribed recently. We just hit 265 subscribers at the time of recording this, which means we are 15 past our giveaway goal of 250. So if you didn't know, I was doing a giveaway. Currently, I am doing a giveaway.
Hey guys, sorry about that. We'll fix some of the
Discipline stuff.
just some of the timings. Get some control. Trying all weekend, and we fixed some of the healing CDs again. I pasted that to you, Zeros. I don't know if you saw that yet.
Oh, you did?
It's in the group chat. All the consumes were off. Because basically it should have been where I was, it should have been where Soli was for the consumes. He's doing first.
Like, it was just wrong on the ERT, but I was doing it.
In ERT, yeah. Well, no, but I was doing it wrong because I was following ERT. Timing wasn't working for some of them. What's the verdict on socketing your 213 gear, guys?
Yeah,
I'd be curious. We do it?
What's that? I assume it's like preference for people, but I was just curious what people are doing.
I've been holding on to it. I socketed my legendary, but
I got what you need.
I'm gonna replace it anyway, so I'm holding on to 2, so yeah, I'd be curious too.
I think it's probably what it's doing. It's itemized well.
Yeah,
The pace
the
of the gear, right?
stats are good. Yeah, and if it's a late boss or something.
The weeklies are pretty. The weeklies are pretty generous, I guess, at least in terms of Stygia.
Yeah, the real thing is the Stygia is going to be for the conduits.
Yeah.
Because you can't get higher than 200 of your potency ones.
Yeah,
So you
it's
have
true.
to up all your
You have to upgrade past 200.
through the thing.
The way to get above 200 is with the thing.
On the potency.
Huh.
That's why people were abusing it.
Yeah, it's like the socket is like the shiny thing, but you don't realize like how many of those other ones you're going to have to
I
buy.
live to serve, more Walker.
Right.
Come back if you need any.
Brad, you starting the group in Discord? I'm gonna guess Brad's AFK. I'm just gonna get this group started, and Zeros, can you finish off? I just need 30 seconds, like a minute. Be right back, right? Back. Sorry about that.
Tuned in just in time for the thrilling content. You're here to watch me make money.
Are you have the mats to drop tonight, right? Freaky, you there? Yeah. You might have to reload your UI. I tried inviting you like 2 or 3 times. I think you've got one pending.
What? Up to you.
Zerus, let me push this node out one more time. But the
care.
updated version basically has
Choose to.
all consume 1s to all the consumes basically 1 through 4 with Sully and I swapped. That's the fix. So basically, consume 1 had said solely there before.
Okay. Did you push it?
Push that one more time.
Well, that posted that to Ray.
Yeah. Added up, so it like I only clicked it once, but it pushes it to raid. It's really obnoxious. Wait for the rest of the folks to usually join a little later in Discord to file in. Who am I missing right now for raid? Take a quick look. Brad, can you take care of that? I think I'm missing one more here.
You're missing Brock and Bones. Based off the note.
Thanks. Appreciate it. You guys spoke to Brock recently?
should have enough to clear trash.
I have the backup lined up, but I.
Can't summon Freaky for some reason.
He's.
It says he's offline.
He's off DC'd.
Oh, that.
He's been having issues. He's still with us in Discord, right, Freaky?
Me and Knight are both in the store.
Toss freed. One summon. We'll have enough to clear trash once. Alright, so we're right here on time. We made a couple of changes, so we are having a few issues. I'll highlight a few that I think are out there. I'll start with my own because definitely had some. I definitely can be more efficient in terms of the desolates. One of the problems that we're having, irrespective of some of the smaller sort of items, one of the problems we are having is it's the desolates that are occurring later on. We're basically the desolate and then following the expunge combo. So usually what will occur is Dolly and I are basically alternating the desolates, but the expunge CDs are a little weaker. There's been a couple of instances where if I'm not super strong on the ramp and make sure desolate's in a good spot, no one wipes per se, but it sets us up for a tougher spot for the expunge. I've been trying to sort of go through that rotation over the weekend. Make sure you guys cleanse here if that's okay. Prioritize tanks too for the one. That's one area of
the one that got those dings. One of their.
Are you talking about the ding ding ding?
Yeah.
It's
Sorry,
super
look.
annoying. I only am getting it for the first time today too.
But that's one area. But that's one area to improve. I think the others are probably a lot of the. I wouldn't say necessarily entirely personal, but there have definitely been some personal beams where it's pretty obvious. There's also been some beams where folks have been too close to effectively too close to the boss, which sets you guys up for a pretty nasty positioning in terms of real estate for the beams. There's that, as well as a combination of sometimes if folks aren't lined up perfectly, you basically cast a wider arc for individual beams to have to move as a result, and because of either miscalculation or lack of noticing that, people are getting nailed. So those two combinations to clean up are pretty important. I'd say the last item, which I think we cleaned up better towards the end of that fight, especially the longer, is the consumes have improved dramatically over the course of the last probably two nights we've been doing this. So there were still several attempts, I think. It's worth noting that individuals weren't lined up either on the outside, either on the left or the top, as a result of either not moving quick enough or being in the wrong position during that consume and hitting people with that debuff. This strat is actually a little more sensitive, in my opinion, compared to the other ones where you self-manage that more, especially the four-corner ones, where if you don't have a good, I guess, start to the entire rotation, it's pretty bad. And so I think if we clean those up, we'll have a better experience tonight. I don't know if there were other items that people notice, but what we were discussing before this, before we jumped in, was we fixed the healing CDs. There was a couple of issues there that we optimized a little bit. Also, a couple of issues where mine and Soli were swapped for the consumes, which put a little bit awkwardness in there. I mean, it's not like game breaking, but these little things kind of add up. I don't know if other people noticed other significant changes. I think the escorts got a whole lot better over the night. And I think people were generally getting topped off, but we still had issues where there was a little micromanagement of the. Just need a little extra micromanagement if you notice someone low or yourself low. That was a huge problem. People didn't even call out if they themselves were low and had one or no soakers. So, Bullseye, you're in a good spot to drop right tonight. Cauldrons.
What's up?
Do cauldrons and feasts. We get these markers. Oh yeah, that's it. That's a good reminder. We're gonna try and move the markers. I think the markers were actually okay, especially for the consume. But one thing that I definitely think we could do better is right before the consume, we might be able to just pull the boss a little more.
No.
I'm referring to something adjacently related, not necessarily the
thing. There's no reason for the consume to not be up against the wall, like back here. Because basically, by having him where he is now, we're wasting like a bunch of room where we can drop orbs. Because behind him, there's no room to drop orbs right now. And if we're like dropping the consume here, we're basically just making the room smaller for no reason.
So you're saying we can actually move the boss slightly right before the...
It's very difficult. It's very difficult, and I'm not sure what the benefit is versus just moving the consume markers back farther.
Because the raid has to run farther. I mean, I think you should try it. I think the tank should try it.
We have tried it. We've been trying it every pull since we started. It's very difficult and very unreliable.
What was the challenge to that? Make sure you guys Vantis right now. You guys can.
The being
First tab.
before it, and then the moving back is like weirder with the positioning.
Aren't we gonna have to run the same distance no matter where the boss is? The consume size is the consume size, regardless of where he's standing.
In multiple strats, my understanding is the consume size is the consume size, but if the boss is towards the back of the wall, you basically get a little extra, which is why the original markers, remember for several pulls in the night, it kind of seems a little awkward. Brad, are you going to drop the markers, or want me to? What's going on? Is your mic muted again? Maybe I missed it. And the moon marker is a little back, but
so say we do drag him farther. There's still no reason not to have moon and square be all the way back, right? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna try.
You just move it all relative. There's no reason that those markers should not be back here. It just opens up more room, more places for us to put orbs behind the boss. Like where me and Pum put it, like there's literal one spot for me and Pum to put our orb. But if we move him, you know, it's more room everywhere, and we can still try to drag him farther back. Like I said, it's hard, but we do try it.
That's good. I think that's the key point, to make sure you try to do that, especially in the beginning of the fights. But yeah, we did move this part. I think this is actually probably like maybe a good 4 yards back, 5 yards back. If that's far enough, but just gonna do a ready check to make sure we're all antists, and anyone can note any major changes. Is this far back from your perspective as a tank?
It looks a little bit better.
Because distance is hard to clear for some of the classes, so.
Right, but it's all relative. Like, you just move you move his spot back also. Like, you don't make people run farther, you change the relative positioning.
So I have a huge
Checking the
question.
mods.
Are we following the ERT note for our groups, or are we following what group we're in?
We should follow
Because
the group minutes.
normally we put it in the groups for the ERT the same as, you know, normal groups.
We haven't moved any of the groups yet. WeCore doesn't rely on that, right? So. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but one of
people might not have grabbed them.
Yeah, it looks like Ava and Grind needs to vet this. Check your oils. I'm not sure where Brad is, but he's having some issues.
Can we also update Brock and Bones to Friday?
Yep. Okay. Alright, I just pushed the ERT real quick. Zero's healing looks okay, right?
Yeah.
We're checking all of these.
Spirit shot is 30 seconds, right?
It's a minute.
Oh, a minute?
Yep. One second. I started moving some of the groups, but see if I can do that just so we don't jeopardize the pulls. I'm saving my we're basically, one of the other changes is we're not doing Expunge 1 any CD, so I'm doing Desolate 2. Brad, you need to flask, and I think we're good. You guys check your groups real quick. I think we're good with ERT. Get that ready. Check him back pretty clean. Sir is good. Thanks, Paul.
Khan, can you intervene solely right at the start of the poll?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First Desolate come out there. Orange needs some. Get palm up, battle res that. Soulstone Healer 2. With the changes, this is my barrier, right?
See, we could move both where he is and the markers back further to give us more room in the front. All we're doing by having it this far is giving us less room in the back end.
Look, move to the star.
We can move the reset this real quick.
Yeah, get Soulstone up on that.
Did you get Souls? Yep.
I got it.
A res or a Soulstone Healer. Thanks. Just about this up.
I have the Soulstone.
You don't get another chance.
Real quick, let's see if we can toss this a little farther up then. Check that real quick.
Can you switch Night Torque and Duel? So they're in their respective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make it constant.
I want to move it back. There's such a
fan out along the back. Instead of going to just blue.
You're Conk, you're super low. Like I can't hear you at all.
Miasma, when we get consumed, can those people fan out along the back instead of just being on the blue side?
I feel like that makes sense, and they should be in the back, because then when it's time to spread out, like, people who have to spread out to the right are kind of going right through all the miasmas.
You know, I come from my side, you just have to cross everyone. I feel it's easier if two of them end up on one side of the back and two on the other. It just seems simpler than everyone running to one. All four of them.
I do the back, yeah.
Are these back markers far enough now? Just real quick check on that before I RC. Good? Relative?
I think it's good.
Cool. Since you were commenting
Yeah,
on that one. Alright, cool. Corinne, you're still missing a Ventus. If this works.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Star coming to purple, please.
That's good. You should wipe this. The 2 layers down. This enough worth threading our way and struggling with one. Back and forth games here and just. That was unsoaked miasma on yourself, right?
Yeah, we had the summon didn't move. I had 20 stacks.
Okay.
Well, we had 2, and we had both be in melee, and so one of us wasn't going to get soaked by the people in the range.
Yeah, we also had a third one there before Freaky, but yeah, pretty much. Can anyone who has a tank drop bank for me, please? I need my
might need a call for that one if that occurs.
You can die, so.
I'm running.
Right, can you make sure pulse on it solely?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm almost there.
And Sarah's dropping tonight, right?
Yep.
You cool, thanks.
I gave her what I had, so just so we don't overlap.
Yeah, makes sense. I just wanted to enumerate that for the rest of the group, so we'd yell at Sarah if she doesn't drop it.
By the way, we need more spine fin, silver gill pike, and tenebrous ribs if anybody has extras.
She's smiling there. She's giving me a dirty look. For Green Eye to get in the room.
Thank you. Will you make more of these?
I'm not going to try and look at those zests real quick. It sounds like you guys know what the issues are, so.
Must be mine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Button, I'm sorry. Just trying to pre-pop.
That went really well.
That beam was directly on triangle.
Let's discuss this first. Can you innervate? Oh.
Love good star.
Reset positions when we can. Consume one coming up, so.
Almost changed spots with me.
For consume one is a pre-move. Get Brad. I like sends a little extra shielding solely.
That's what's in the third.
Orange needs a little more.
Sorry, I was picking up orbs on the way there.
And this is a reset position, I believe, so I can light up. Shit.
So right now, this is as far back as I can get on the orange marker, so they need to be closer.
Good. Set after this, it's a situation that let's reset this. Can't look through this.
So there's a lot more space like behind the tanks to drop balls now, and if their balls are dropped there, then it's like super easy for us to clear.
Yeah. I mean, positioning looks good. I think the concern last time was the relative positioning was still shorter. Get this up, please.
I mean, we can change that.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the beams too. Like the beams should, like if you're on star and circle, we can try to aim them to the back too more.
Okay, I have a question before he responds. Is orange supposed to be in line here, like in line with purple? Which does not go through the boss, or are we supposed to be in line, like if the boss is here, are we supposed to be in line with star and through X?
Well, what? It does look like we could probably give a little extra to orange, but...
Well, what I'm saying is, like, if I'm orange, which I am I correct for being in a line when I'm here, like lined up, me, orange, yellow makes a line, or am I correct when I'm over here, me, orange, purple makes a line?
Should line up with the boss.
It's
and
about the
marker.
boss. The boss is supposed to be on X right now.
Okay, so in which case over
but
here is right.
Yeah, it depends on the boss. Like, if you're
Okay.
casting fire bolts or whatever, you want them to go through the person in front of you to hit the boss.
Yeah, what I would also say, like, it's important to note is what's not good is if the person in front of orange, or the front group of orange and the back group of orange aren't aligned and are basically jagged, right? They're asymmetric, which basically makes the real estate smaller. I'd say that's the focus of what to avoid. Everything else is relative positioning.
But yeah, that was a good question. Since we moved the bus now, it's the alignment changed.
If it makes more sense for the boss to be
Faces up.
right on X, or to be in
Faces
the middle
up.
of the square, let me know.
I mean, I don't care, I just want to know. You know, my only question is if he's on X, then that means, like, standing here, the people on orange are kind of in danger if I'm here with the laser. But if I'm here with the laser and the boss is in the middle, like, this is safer. So I feel like it cuts off some angles a little, but it should be fine, because orange can also go
Yeah, orange, if you
this
get the
way.
beam, you
We can
just
go
aim
this
to
way
the
with the
back,
laser, so we actually have plenty of space. It's basically, it makes it you have to be a little careful, like, right in here-ish.
Yeah.
As long as we're all doing that, it's fine.
More space between each group, more of the pie. Like that time we had
exactly
on orange and triangle side at the beginning, and all three of us tried to go between the two markers, which is the smaller sliver, because he's not tanked in the center of the square.
Yep. Alright, I think we're gonna pull here. Yeah, we'll pull here. There's also one important note. First beam that went out on triangle.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We'll check yourself. I think that might have been yours, Fiacha. The beam is out, so...
Triangle.
Fiacha needs love. Triangle needs love. He's going right. There's an explode coming out. Fast move. A bit more, please.
with me.
Just letting number 2's come out. Green and orange need love. Got you. Watch your health. Yep. To the left, you have. It's red. Red now.
Game on me.
The beam. Bring up Kong just so we
swap group.
You need help, green. Almost out. You're desolate, right? Desolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look good stuff. Welcome, start again.
Super low.
Triangle wrong side. Triangle go on the other side.
Flood this up.
Yep, too many flags to keep us back during. So.
Yeah, I don't know if other people notice. To get feedback on the stacks coming out of the consume, but first couple. Couple looked nasty, but I wasn't sure if that's because we had a few deaths there that were not related to. We had 2 beam deaths actually. It was nasty.
On the marker too.
Yeah, was that someone not moving out? Because it's one of our top 3 things, you know.
Just clustered on the orange side.
Yeah, somebody beamed orange right through us.
Take a look at that replay. We're getting rezzed. I think this is maybe like the second poll I've noticed where someone didn't move, or.
That's right. I'm like.
And good news is we're making past the 3-minute rotation, but
yeah.
Bad news is it's deaths. It's the smaller, the smaller stuff actually.
So one time I felt like that time, maybe this is what we were worried about at the beginning, but like sometimes the boss is where he is now, sometimes he was on X, sometimes he was between the two, and it makes it pretty confusing for where we're supposed to be stacking. Or like if you're paying attention, it's fine, but if not everyone is, then you've got people like sort of all over the place.
Yeah, that's when we're trying to move him for the consume. It can get a little weird. Other than that, if the people on orange are too far out and I back up, it like moves them and completely fucks it up.
Orange, since some of the beams have been basically centered around that area, I'm gonna do a ready check here, but I'm gonna highlight that I think I see maybe like a be like a mage, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll want to try and make sure if you have the beam that you have clear line of sight from boss to you every single time. If there's one person, you might want to calm to that person. In this case, I don't know if boss position was a little off. That might have been why. Other than that, these are pretty straightforward bets.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Make sure you're moving far enough.
So yeah, like right now I can't back up into orange or look at the boss.
You shouldn't have to.
You mean we're too close or too far?
He's saying too far, but like right now I'm not even in orange. It's my assigned one because he's fine.
One just coming up. We have 3 here. We have 3 here. Start. Just go to. Needs love. Campaign sub.
Other side.
Orange might need a little bit extra, but it's pretty good. Consume coming up. Run. Moving, guys. Purple move.
Spread out.
Still a little close, and then ready to spread. That's good.
Get in front.
Beams, watch the beam. Innervate. Oh. Gotcha. Move. Get Rennick up. Needs hop off and yellow definitely needs hop off, but we're good on yellow.
I couldn't reach.
Spreads open at the same spot, so. Be low on healing, just FYI, so free. Green needs love. Star needs love as well. I like this.
Almost take front.
Slow attrition. Let's wipe this up. Group up for this one, please. Just double check some of these. Tom, yours might have been movement back, right? The soak.
Yeah,
and
no soak.
You were coming back from expunge, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then yeah,
I was
maybe
trying to get to you.
maybe the one change is make sure maybe the ones with miasma don't run too far. Not that it was necessarily a you, but it just so that other people can do their thing to top you off.
Well, if we're far and he's not far, we're not gonna make it anyways.
Correct.
So
That's true too.
Like low people that just ran out, probably just have to find a buddy. Like I was trying to get to you, but you're running away from me, and but you worked so low that it would have made a change.
Rennick, that your first one was just miasma, right? Hitting you low, you weren't topped off before of like 55% for the desolate, right? Don't look at that one too much. All right, cool. And when you did that, which side were you on? Orange side?
First side.
Sorry, which side?
Star side.
Star. Okay, cool. It's feedback for those
Well,
ones.
Ren's first death wasn't him dying to nobody in his circle, it was him standing in someone's circle. Because you can see he's getting the essence sap debuff.
Huh.
So he stood in a circle until he died, basically, as opposed to no one helping soak his.
Oh, because it dropped off of his. Right? Like, miasma actually dropped
He's looking
off.
at his death log. Every time he takes a gluttonous miasma tick of damage, he also gains a stack of essence sap, which is the debuff that makes us take more. So I just think we want to keep it straight of who's not getting healing as opposed to who's just standing in someone's circle until they die.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Okay, well, we do have to just, if someone's at 100, you won't have to, you may have to manage that. A good optimization. I think we're good if Night Torkin's good. He said he was good. Alright. Pull. Almost. We're good? Alright, let's pull. I do notice that 100%. You probably don't need a soak.
Yeah.
We could save some healing.
1.
Yep.
Okay, that's a judgment, on the spot call there. Those are hundreds. You guys shouldn't overlap, I don't think so. Watch this beam.
Triangle need.
Low grant.
Cool.
Star run side.
It doesn't matter as long as there's only 2.
One person's a healer, Nathria.
Purple needs a little extra.
Beam on me, watch out, watch out.
Orange to the left a little more. You're giving stacks to us.
Spread.
Sponge coming up. Orange needs love, purple, green.
At yourselves.
star a little low.
Rogue star man.
Will avenge.
Back, can't move back.
Beam on me, watch out.
Go meet the buddy.
I'll go in range to zero.
Let's wipe this up after this. It's 2 healers. Stacked for this one. Is yours again, Pum?
Okay, so look how many balls are on the left side compared to how much balls are spread out on the right. You see that? See that pump? That's what killed me. Everybody
Putting into the
together.
ball.
Yep.
But those balls, are you getting proper tank opportunities to clear, or not really? Off tank, I should say.
I don't
So
think
did you see how many balls were behind the tanks? None, because
yeah,
I
there
can
weren't
clear
any.
those. So if you guys, there's a whole open fucking space there.
So
it's
that's why I wanted to move
so
the
2
boss.
factors.
If you look between orange back and triangle back, and even a little bit angled out, it's literally 0 balls. Literally 0.
So 2 factors. Drop more towards the front of the boss. Tanks. It does look like there is an affinity towards that gate right near orange.
Actually,
if you guys
can we have immunities to clear it? If you like,
yeah,
pop
we
your
can
immunity,
start
just
doing
run into-
ERT.
just
It's
run
usually
into
towards
big
the end of the
balls.
fight when it makes sense. Let me just drop a couple of these. I believe rogues.
It's gonna be rogues and hunters.
Rogues, hunters, and ret paladin. Drop a rotation real quick, but
Grip an ice block through it.
no, I don't think we want to orchestrate that.
900 IQ.
I mean, the way
Majority
stacks are stacking up, we're better off ice block double soaking miasma.
It's hard to tell because I mean, once 2 people die, like
It fucks up the rotation for this one.
yeah, I mean it's a really skewed perspective.
It's also, I think, one of the weaknesses of the strat where everyone's up. There's a lot less going on. It's a lot more simple. But if 1 or 2 people die, you have to sort of defer to a little more ad hocness. Especially if 1 or 2 people die near orange or star. That's like deadly.
Is it too much to switch it?
5, 4,
And
2.
I'm hoping not to switch the strat at this point. Dear, let's get him up. I don't have a choice here. Well, they freak out battle race. You read me, Fask? Must be careful, there's a double beam. 1 person needs to go over. Thank you, Green. person needs to go
Did I hit you
over.
there? Did my
I
balls
see
circle?
I see so many people soaking above
Ban it,
90%.
ban it.
Like, people are soaking 99s.
Alright, let's wipe this up. We won't be doing this with
Yeah,
one
I see
tank.
that.
All stack, please. Not even gonna talk about the first one, Mario death, right?
Yeah, Chris.
Good job killing someone, Moo.
Or invis. That works too.
What did I do?
No, never mind.
Brad, was yours? How was that? Usually don't see too many consumed deaths. Was that like just out of the?
We lost the tank with no battle res, so I called wipe and I stood in it.
Okay, got it. Didn't even hear you say it. I called the wipe after, but
Soup inserted the same thing.
was. What I will say is historically we've actually not had too many tank death issues. It does look like there might be a couple. Was that a missed taunt duel? Not gonna look into.
Nope, just blood dry.
It's possible there's extra damage from the circles, people not spreading far enough from him, but...
Sounds like Dolores in Harry Potter or something.
No.
Also, just the taunt swap isn't really that big of a deal for damage, but it heals him if we don't do it. Like,
right.
Or like if the tank dies, I mean, I can take it forever and it doesn't do anything, but we have to switch
Launch me, please.
I will say positioning has been a lot better for beams, but great look move. One person has to go over. Our side, just one green. Thank you. At 100, just dip out if you need to. Start moving for this consume, guys. Purple. Don't tap us.
Spread.
Let's get Moo up. Come on. Purple needs some help. wipe this one out. Up with these that 49-second death.
Soaked himself to death.
Yeah, it shouldn't be if you're at 100 you can step out. It's if you're at 100 or the person's at 90 even, like, step out.
Yep.
Not like optional.
I would also say,
if we're going to that strategy, then why don't we just move to other ones? Because the benefit of the strategy is that you don't have to do that. The healer should be able to heal through. It's about 2,000 to 3,000 dot ticking on about 4 people. Like if
the problem
with option 4 people, then what the fuck are you doing?
No, it's a good point.
No. This is a good point. The problem is you can't. Here's the thing. Like, I totally understand sunk cost fallacy, but the problem is we have a lot more experience on this portion, and I think
merging the strategies together and trying to fucking get to work. If we're going to just start managing stacks, then swap the strategy because the strategy is not meant to do that.
That's true. I just feel like people are getting like totally fucked with the full soaking. Like, we don't have enough healing. That's
Then
why
we
I
should
feel like
move
we
to other
should switch.
strategy.
I think so. At this point, I was in favor of this strategy at first because I feel like it made the soaking very easy. But at this point, we're not doing it right.
Yeah, I don't know if we should swap strategies at this point. I personally think that if you look at our deaths, like a lot of them have been personal. Like even the one where the healer dropped like 40 seconds in, that's not like I wouldn't say that's a strategy issue, right? Like,
Brad always fucking soaking too.
for the first 3 pulls, we had some crazy beam stuff still. I think it's been better.
I mean, the question is, are we progressing on this, and do you think that we're not gonna, like, even if we go a little bit backwards learning the new one, I still think it might be faster than what's happening here. It doesn't feel like we're progressing at all. Like, what are we changing to do better?
And the problem is we can't clean up a lot of the individual mistakes, right? Like, look at quite a few of them. I think the healing has been better, but let's try this. Pyro, do you want to swap to Holy real quick?
Sure.
Since this is like rotation based, and at this point, I am seeing folks like, it is true, folks are soaking themselves to death. There has been a few of those.
I mean, they're doing a strategy that you're supposed to do.
Rennie, can you drop a plaza, please?
Like, the point is to stay in there, and all the mechanic is pretty much on the guy that has miasma. Your job is to stand there and soak it, and then you get reset. That's your job. You're not supposed to be managing it. If you're gonna manage it,
No, I think people are resetting, or not dropping the stacks.
Then someone's fucking up. Like,
yeah, that's someone's fucking up.
I have problems with.
The opposite of what you can do is you can have the person with miasma, when they're healthy, move out of the group. That's what a lot of groups do. And it requires only 4 people to think, not 16. You can do that.
So are we going to 6 heals, or is one of the healers switching DPS?
We're gonna try Pyro healing it just to gather some data points, but honestly, we'll come back to 5 as best as we can. Just want to see if this helps.
We're cutting in rage really close with 5 healers, so it's just if my concern is if we prog with this, then when we switch back to 5, we're gonna have to basically reprogress. So we're gonna be usually the 6th healer. So if we're just testing it for a few things here or there, that's fine. I
think it's to gather data. I agree with you. Look at our best pull last week. We were already dangerously close, and that was actually we would have actually hit in rage, but that was because we had 2 DPS down.
I'm ready.
Right. Let's go, tanks. I think we'll get to pull. Sarah's good. We will switch back. Is not. I don't want to 6 heal this. This is not ideal.
3, 2.
I'll double check Brad's stack after this, but definitely still have an issue of stacks. People soaking themselves. Great low.
Orange can move up both of them.
It's trying to be the back one. Someone ran behind me.
I know, I could tell.
Consume is coming up. Pre-move, please.
Oh, we gotta call it
Hit.
there.
It's good.
It needs a little extra. Tesla's coming up.
Low clear. Alright, consumes run back.
Drop spreading after.
Waits only.
Guy, watch your health. You're soaking yourself. Battle risk free die. Melee soak, so.
Low clear.
You're someone you can, especially towards our backside.
Towards where?
Tank backside. The orange is pretty bad right now.
Spread out, you have 2 seconds.
Ready to go in this far.
Sarah, which side are you on?
Triangle.
You soak near triangle. Purple
Double.
needs some love. One of the hunters in your triangle call. Like, how close are you to triangle? Take some out for them.
We got plenty of room.
Alright.
Better save them in case they die.
Yeah, focus DPS then.
Low clear.
Innervate me.
Second pause up.
Consume for 10 seconds.
Dom, I'll be back in a
Oh, you have to range.
Is your everyone right?
Alright, come back.
Doing rush right now.
Yeah, so people can probably spread earlier. These people are fine. Also, you can second pot.
Yeah. I got it, guys. You one in between.
Purple
Yes,
needs
you're
love. Purple. Both back up a little bit.
With 10 seconds.
Y'all can do it. He's enraged. Watch out.
Let me hold him.
That's a data point, alright, Loke.
That's a data point.
I'm gonna say that it worked.
Dealers,
I mean, it's terrible, but it worked.
That's the strat right here.
But that does not fit my definition of terrible.
Wait. You said that was supposed to be for Sun King, not this guy.
Yeah, I meant terrible. Like we shouldn't need 6 healers.
No.
So,
but I told you that our healing was.
In all seriousness, like even without that, like pulls were getting more deeper and deeper, which is good.
Our healers just weren't doing well enough. Our damage was doing fine. With fucking 6 healers. Fucking what, 12 DPS? We managed to.
The problem was that we were
past the enrage.
we were soaking ourselves to death. I'm pretty sure some of those deaths were stacks not dropping off.
Yeah, they were. Probably
which is
from
like
coming
how
back from the suck, right?
Yeah, it's probably like either individual or. Remember last week we had two. We had people getting hit by double bean tails.
I think using the phrase "soaking yourself to death" is a bit of a misnomer because it gives the connotation of, oh, someone was standing where they were supposed to for too long, where it's they probably got another stack that pushed their stacks over, and that's
Right.
not in the strategy.
Right. And that may not have been their mistake as well, right? That could be someone else's mistake too, like when crossing the beam.
But there were a number of deaths where someone just stood there and took like double miasma soaks, or even a single one, all the way from like 80% health down to dead over like 10 or 12 seconds, and they just stood there and took them. And there were some deaths, people were 23, 24, 25 stacks, and they're just not getting out of a circle.
That's the challenge, right? We could say this. There are issues with the strat, and I think there are pros and cons for each, but
There's an issue with our healers
it just
being
felt
bad.
wrong to throw away 7 hours worth of work. I guess not to exaggerate, but like it just felt wrong.
There's no change in strat to tell people if you're going to kill yourself standing in a circle, get out of it. Or if your healing is doing absolutely nothing because they're full health, get out of it. Like it shouldn't to ask of a mythic raider to not stand in a circle if there's no point shouldn't be hard. Like
there was only one piece. Just real quick, there was only one piece of loot, so it looked like it was need on the person that received it. So
yeah, I'm actually supposed to roll legendary on my boots because there's not a single set of bis boots. So unfortunately,
So
I'm gonna have
choice
to
is either Sun King or Artificer.
doing Sun King for sure.
Alright.
Yay, Sun King.
Post the break rule. Alright, go ahead. I'll post break.
Basically, what I would say about that is if someone's getting to 23 or 25 stacks, that means someone fucked up somewhere. Like, yes, they.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that they're you fucked up, but that means someone fucked up somewhere. That's not a strat problem per se.
Right, but if the player doesn't notice that they're taking literally 20k damage per tick and that they're at 20 plus stacks, that's a player problem. Like it doesn't matter if someone else fucked up. That's a player problem.
Rephrase that real quick, just for posterity, for formality's sake. That's an individual mistake problem, right? Like,
yeah, it's a personal problem. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's hard to account for those. We did see that on the previous nights where people were in between. They were doing the double soak. The double soak is it's fine for an off tank, but it feels like a death sentence for everything else.
It's fine for like your first 8 to 10 stacks, because there's been plenty of times we come in from Expunge or Miasma just switched, and there's 2 people in your spot that are both like sub 30, and you want to help soak both. That's totally fine, right? You just pop a defensive, you stand in it for maybe 4 or 5 seconds, but then you either step out completely and let yourself get healed up, or you go to just soaking 1. And there were a number of deaths we had where someone would just stand there from 0 stacks all the way to like 14, 16 stacks, and they would just die because they're just standing in it. And that's not a strat issue. Doesn't matter what strat we do. That's not a strat issue. That's someone just has to notice the damage they're taking. They have to notice their debuff, and they have to move.
I also note that even with the 6 heals, I feel like we may not have necessarily needed it. I have to double check the logs real quick, but there's quite a bit of pulls. Let's do some trash, and then I'll pull the I'll post the break right after this before boss. And to me, I think just for transparency, like trying to change the strat right with 7 hours in was going to be a little challenging, especially since the other strat does require more coordination. You know? How many just by show of hands for the 2 tanks, how many cooldowns did you guys have left for when he went rage? We got lucky that we didn't have any
I had the biggest cooldown of all. I can't die for 10 seconds cooldown.
Basically,
That's the best cooldown.
that's the only reason I think that's pretty much the only reason Duel didn't have to kite, was basically I was unkillable.
Yeah, I never had to take him.
Actually take the kiting pretty well, I think, on that one. Hopefully we
But
won't
otherwise,
have to
I had cooldowns. I have to use my cooldowns pretty much on CV.
Pyro, we need 2 holy priests. I think I may be switching back for this one. I'm trying to work that out with Brad right now, but I'm pretty sure. Holy's not, unless I'm holy for 2 is really all you need. How's your mic situation right now, Brad?
Mic fine. Voice.
Your voice, right? So there's basically 2 checks on this one with the cloak. It's pretty serious DPS check, I think. Ideally, we do 5. Pack on the bolt. Ideally, we do 5 heals for this one. Holy is more valuable, Pyro, so the thought process is Guardian Spirit basically needs to be there for the other healers. Yeah, and you need the conduit.
For
the talent.
And you should
have
the
talent,
You should have the Flash of Light legendary too on top of that.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
Also, one where we have issues with this coming next week. There's a couple things we could do to prep and supposedly cheese through this. If you have other Battle Priests, they can wear the PI legendary, which will cheese through some of the healing ones. But I think the healing one might be okay. I'll explore that a little bit.
What's up, everybody? We're back with another raid guide, and today we're taking a look at Sun King's Salvation on Mythic difficulty. I'll be going over most of the mechanics, how to deal with them, and our overall tactic for this fight. Now for this encounter, we went with something called just heal for it, and for this tactic, you will need Holy Priests for their Guardian Spirit. We had 2 for our first kill. Protection Paladins, Red Paladins can also dish out a ton of off-healing. Boomkins during Heart of the Wild as well. You will also need a few knockbacks to deal with the Phoenixes. Again, Boomkins are awesome for this. And if you have access to a Vengeance Demon Hunter, their Fear Sigil is also extremely useful. So 2 tanks, 5 healers, and 13 DPS all in all. So what's new on Mythic? The big one is the Cloak of Flames. In phase 1, Kael'thas will use this on himself, granting him a large healing absorb, and he starts casting Unleashed Pyroclasm. And you need to heal through the absorbed Cloak of Flames to interrupt Pyroclasm, or it's an instant raid wipe, which is less than ideal. Once you hit phase 2 and the Shade spawn, the Shade will use this instead. Works the same way, but you now need to DPS down the absorb instead of heal, or again it's a wipe. On top of this, anytime Shade spawns, you will get 2 Phoenixes, Birdie Birds, and on Mythic, these stay for the rest of the fight. So after first Shade, you'll have 2 birdies up, and during second Shade, you'll have 4 up. And like I said, this is the just heal strat. The whole point is to just brute force heal to skip pretty much all mechanics, well, most of them at least. So to do this, we use 2 Holy Priests for their Guardian Spirit and Power Infusion. With Power Infusion Legendary, you can get it on 4 healers instead of 2, which is pretty huge, but not mandatory. And Guardian Spirit, 60% increased healing taken over 20 seconds when you have 2 priests is what makes everything work. If you like our healing notes and rotations for this encounter, just join the Stanky Discord. With that said, let's hop into it. Cue the picture! Mark up pedestals around the room and assign players to channel it. You'll need at least 2 sets of 4 channelers for your first phase 1, but a third doesn't hurt if you lack some healing. The goal here is to transition to phase 2 before the first Vanquisher ad spawns, which is roughly 1 minute into the fight. But you also don't want to kill the big ad Doritos, because you'll get new ads when he dies, unless you push to phase 2 that is. Which is great, because you want to have all DPS cooldowns ready for phase 2, so your DPSers will have so much fun on pull. So on pull, you want your first channelers to instantly click their pedestals, healers start blasting away on Kael. Gather up all the ads in the middle, keep occultists interrupted and stunned to keep casts from going off. Healers be prepared to top the fonts on the ground when the occultists die. As soon as all the occultist assassins are dead, get Doritos low but don't kill him. Finish him off as soon as you transition to phase 2, which is when you heal Kael to 45%. Again, this is all in the hands of your healers, and any DPS that can throw a heal, so you really need to have your big pump HPS pants on. With that said, let's check first phase 2. You want to have a CC rotation or knockback rotation really for the birdies to keep them away from the raid at all time, and this will continue when you go back to phase 1 again. You'll still have the 2 birdies up. Make sure they're slowed at all time as well. DK's Chains of Ice are great for this. For example, what we did, as soon as they spawned, we had 2 DKs each grip one of the birdies far back and threw a Fear Sigil on top of them and kept them feared for around 20 seconds, unless a DPS accidentally hit one and broke it. Vortex also works wonders here, and good old knockbacks like Typhoon. Just make sure they don't reach the raid. As soon as the Shade spawns, drag it down to entrance where we have our Skull Mark, raid stacks behind Shade. This is to bait both the Blazing Surge Cone as well as Ember Blast. If you're targeted by Ember Blast, stack on top of the raid, everyone except active tank soaks. Move Shade and raid anytime Shade casts either Blazing Surge or Ember Blast, and always bait him towards the wall. You want to keep all your flame patches on the right half of the room, so you can do the other faces on the left side without getting burned to a crisp. During this Shade, you'll most likely...
Say that one more time.
It's pretty much what we were doing already, but with the checks, right?
I didn't understand that.
So it's mostly what we were doing already, but with the DPS check and healing check. Right?
I think there's a lot more. I mean, for DPS it's fairly straightforward, but I think there's a lot more nuance for the rotation. I think there's just more going on in general. I mean, fundamentally, you could say that for most Mythic fights. So yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, just real quick, transparent response to chat. I'm not looking at anything loot related. I'm probably getting that one unless I need to be escalated. Send me a summary if there's something wrong. I've been speaking mostly. I didn't read it, and I might have to reset this one.
I don't know. Apparently.
They've started having dangerous trash.
They've started making bad trash. Hard trash. And if we weren't kicking something we were supposed to, then we will die.
Just had the logs pulled up for our Hunger and Kill, and the beams are really, really awesome, actually. You could almost say that when we did the beams right, and we kind of took away the ability for soaks to kind of get solo killed, like I guess killed from soaking beams, sorry, from soaking miasma. Looked pretty straightforward.
Yeah. We struggled so hard on Hungering Destroyer because 4 of our healers were just bad. Just did like no heals per second. Now, maybe Pum would have done more if he didn't die, but
thanks.
He did die.
one more healer gets here, we should be good enough to pull this one.
But Sully and Zeros did fine.
Give 1 second. Tore up the loot during the break. I don't fully understand it, so I'll let you guys just pull you guys down the channel, right? And pull this. This trash is cancer.
Yep.
We need to go other side.
Just pull.
Ooh, BOE.
Hell yeah.
But he had such a supple wrist.
Like the pinball wizard.
Our people starve outside the castle walls, yet these loyalists indulge their avarice.
As they dance and feast, the jailer amasses an army to destroy the Shadowlands. The fools deserve their fate for believing the lies of Nathrius.
Is it me or there's just a lot of trash RP? Just kind of weird.
Liberate them from the grasp of these aristocrats.
Well, this is the RP for Court, basically. And also the run back if you go all the way through, but...
Oh. Also, just for open format discussion before we post the break, we also have... There's a couple of timing things that I think we need to aim for. We're gonna see if we're in a good spot. I suspect we might be, given that we 6-heal the hungering, which is not ideal, but...
This mirror should prove useful for helping you move.
But I think there's one time where we have to... There's a... First minute of the fight for Sun King, we basically need to get to phase, right? There's more open discussion. Ideally, if the raid's geared enough.
I'm listening. This is really okay.
Barrier 2. Just for transparency, I think Order of Operations are Sun King and Artificer, then Dark Vein, typically. Though I have heard that Dark Vein is generally easier execution-wise, but it's harder gear-wise. I believe there's a pretty steep gear check. Wow, that's 2 right there.
2 BOEs, hell yeah.
Damn.
And it has leaks.
Good for Solely.
It will serve us well.
Alright, I'm gonna post a break here. We're gonna fix up the ERT, try and get some it's like most of the timing's in there. We're just gonna try and get as many pulls. We're gonna try and focus on the timings and then the CD balancing for both checks tonight. Alright, be right back. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me drag a couple of you guys down real quick just to sort this out.
Everyone summoning themselves, no one clicking the other portals. Do you guys want me to keep Solve as the CD? Or should I reset the Apotheosis for my...
I think Salve is better.
Likely get 2 sets of Cloak of Flames. You should have all DPS cooldowns available, so just make sure to split them up between the 2 shields if needed. You want to make sure you're pooling resources and ramping up right before the Cloak of Flame, since you only have 6 seconds to burst it down. And just keep moving the old Raiden Shade along the right side wall and keep pushing the birdies away. Deal with second Cloak of Flame, then push Shade back to 45%. When phase 1 starts again, you want to have 4 new channelers, click the pedestals instantly, and rotate with 1 or 2 more sets of channelers. If a Vanquisher ad is up, make sure you wait for its concussive smash to go off or you'll be interrupted. So wait for Stomp, then click pedestal. This is mostly for channelers group 2 and 3. Tank new ads in the middle of the left side, roughly where we have our square mark. During this, you'll get 1 or 2 Vanquishers, some Occultists and Assassins, as well as some of the small Fiends. Again, keep Occultists stunned and interrupted, tank swap on 3 stacks on the Vanquisher. If you're running any Necro DKs, their Abomination Limb is great for gathering up all Fiends and Occultists during this. Make sure the Phoenixes are kept away from the raid, preferably on the right side of the room so they don't spread more flame patches on the left side where you are. And for you healers, it's back on Blasty duty on Kael'thas with 1 minor change. 30 seconds into second phase 1, you'll get your first healing Cloak of Flames to deal with, which requires some heavy pumps. For this, we used everything and the kitchen sink, meaning Bloodlust, New Guardian Spirit on Kael, etc, etc, and pump away! Your goal here is to heal Kael up to 90% before the Soul Infuser spawn. If you can get it before the second Vanquisher spawn, spawn, that's even better, but at the very least you need to beat the infuser spawn. So pretty much gather up and blast ads, heal away like crazy, and prepare for second shade. As soon as phase 2 starts, again, and the shade spawns, drag into the left side of the entrance, raid stacks up behind to bait Ember Blast and Surges, and just keep moving along the left side wall. You'll most likely get 2 Cloaks of Flames during this, boss should be dead before the 3rd cloak. Now, the shade will be in execute range during this, so that should help speed up the process a bit. And if you have one Vanquisher up during this, tank pick it up and you just ignore it. Don't waste any DPS on it, just let it smack away. And yeah, just keep blasting the shade. And that's pretty much it. This strategy makes this encounter very simple mechanically. It just requires you to push an absurd amount of healing. So I really recommend doing some research as a healer to see how other guilds have set up their healing cooldowns and stuff like that, depending on what comp you're running. Make sure to check what builds healers are using for this strat. I know some healers have vastly different builds for this fight alone, and you can always get help with this in the Stanky Discord. So yeah, just heal for it. If you have any questions at all,
Yeah, 5 minutes.
I'm back. Sorry, folks.
I took Shining Force if we need it for the Phoenixes.
All right. So quick question, Drew, on your CDs. I assume Outlaw, yours are no longer reliable, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It could be up, it could not.
There's an ERT up.
I can
Say that
hear
one more
you.
time. Your mic.
There's an ERT up.
Yes,
That's
that
what
was...
I'm asking. I'm asking if Drew's second cloak DPS is going to be reliable enough.
It is not.
It's not gonna be super reliable, but yeah.
Yeah, because Outlaw uses it on cooldown because everything we do lowers the cooldown. So that's why it could be up if I get really lucky on my rolls and I'm, finisher, and it could be really bad if I just get some shit rolls and I haven't touched it,
Yeah. I'm going to take note of that. I don't know if there's a great one I can put in there.
I mean, you can keep me there. I just wanted you to be aware that I am not reliable in that form.
Right. No, I understand. You're raising that flag. Is the right menu during break.
So Luke just wasn't using core abilities.
Would you like me to stay healing for this one just for the phase and see our DPS, Brad, from a reference, or I don't think this one is, unlike Hungering, this check's a little more aggressive, so.
Huge downtime.
Let's fully set up here.
Brad.
Just gonna make a quick change, Brad. You can ready check group just to make sure everyone's back. Double check. I think the pillars are important. Double check where cloak CDs.
How long after the phase is the first cloak?
I think it's whenever he comes down and is running around with us. He'll use cloak at that point.
Okay.
So it's whatever timing we happen to heal it up to. I'm guessing after our first or second try, we'll hopefully get him to that phase and you'll have a more reliable number.
You guys ready to check yet? Let me do one just to make sure. Thanks, Knight. I need. I think the biggest portion for feedback is here. Let me know how it feels for the CDs, whether or not we can optimize. I think that's pretty important. Other than that, you know what we're missing? We're missing the pushback. So there's a very important combo. I don't know if you're familiar with this duel, but the Demon Hunter Fear, 20-second.
Yeah, on the Phoenixes.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
but people can't hit them, which is the real trick.
So the order of operations is 2 grips. We have 2 DKs here. Should be able to double grip the Phoenixes out to a good position, which is what we're going to practice. We're going to fear bomb them with the Demon Hunter Fear, and then we're going to, subsequently basically go through the rotation. So we have 2 druids
Just
for that rotation.
Put a marker where you want them to be gripped to, and then I can just drop it on there, and that gives us what, 20 seconds? Yeah, 20 seconds if they don't get touched.
We have 2 Typhoons, 2 Paladins, and I believe several slows. I don't know if Tar Trap's really that efficient, but my understanding is Chains of Ice should do the trick for the majority of them anyway.
How long is that phase supposed to be?
Depends on our numbers in terms of both the DPS as well as the healing. I think, mostly DPS.
Can Knight reliably change the ice though?
I believe you should be able to. The other tank handles the mechanics there, so
Even during second phase 1.
I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that one. We'll have to see. The idea is, I've seen this for tanks. They basically, the tank will gate to it potentially, just be there in the spot for that grip. We're going to grip them towards the center of the room, right down the middle. We're going to be on Skull, or Skull is not marked yet, but we're going to be on Skull, which is where the raid is towards this fight. And then they're going to grip them towards the Phoenixes, towards the middle, kind of where they're standing right now. And then the tank basically gets that grip. The timing's a little short, but the tank gets a priest grip or a portal. That's my understanding. So I'm going to try and orchestrate that positioning here. Sorry, I'm not sure why that's been.
Do we know if Vortex works on them? I assume it does, right?
It does. I think Druids can actually do quite a bit here. Priests can do Shining. I don't remember what else there was. Obviously slows, right? And we have 2. I'm just gonna do a ready check. Make sure. Sorry, this is last ready for pull. We need
Did a feast go down?
We need a feast and a cauldron.
Yeah, we need a cauldron for sure.
Yeah, let's drop a cauldron here. Bullseye.
If there's nothing that immediately needs to die, guys, or it's going to die, if you're a hybrid, please heal the boss.
Yeah. Thank you for noting that. I mean, I don't know if that's obvious from our heroic prog kill, but the gear is pretty much going to feel like that. Bullseye, are you dropping or?
I can do it.
Who's dropping? Don't drop Bullseye.
You drop first. I'll be nice. Trade off.
Appreciate that.
On the art, you know you have druids convoking on top of healer GAs. What is that one supposed to mean?
On pull, what I want you guys to do is, I don't know if we're going to need it, but if you sneak up and you get close enough to him and nobody else, if you convoke, it'll choose healing spells and it'll shoot at him. It's the same thing with Shaman Ascendants.
So he can be targeted by convoke?
Yeah. So yeah, you just.
I don't know how effective it's going to be. If it's useless, then screw it. But I want to at least see it.
Yeah, we'll try it. That's a portion to get feedback for. All right, I think we are good.
Shamans need to run Ascendants and they need to hide like by him. Nobody needs to be there unless you are siphoning. So the Ascendant's healing bounces onto him because everything needs to go into the first 45 seconds.
Let me just drop out portal. Let me change it. Wait, actually, yeah. Let me change it quick.
Okay, fine. Let's do that.
Conk, you go left, I go right.
Yeah, what are we doing? Just
Come on, Farmer Joe.
Just get to the back, ads will get pulled away, and then once the ads are out of our range, we get to a spot where only the boss is in range to convoke, and then we convoke and see if it heals them up a bunch. But I want to make sure we're not in each other's range, so if you'll go left corner, I'll go right corner.
If it does nothing, you just convoke the ads to death.
Doesn't convoke not hit you if you're not hurt?
Oh, it definitely hits us all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've engaged a rare, forgot to throw a dot on him, and just like opened up in convoke and just healed myself 16 times.
That sucks.
You can convoke and it'll do, 3 moons, or it'll just thrash 4 times.
You're good, right?
Yeah, I'm just changing the talent quickly.
Cool. Just let us know when you're ready. We'll get the pulls in. We've got about an hour 15 of setup here, just making sure that cooldowns are in a good spot.
Coming. Back now.
Your convoke will be back by the second cloak. If not, then we'll edit it.
All right, good. Remember, the positioning is important because the birds come out, so Raid's gonna hang here. Gonna hang here minus the druids here.
We need to go on the siphon right away. We need to be in there.
Stop them!
Seems targeted fine.
Nice.
The rest of the Heart of the Wild before I did that.
Got a cultist in. It's just hanging out there. Thank you.
Only that I was trying to shadow door.
If you're hybrid, you should try and pump.
Not gonna make it. We should just...
It's not. The first minute's not gonna make it, right?
Make it.
Close. How far or close were we? Let's see.
It's far.
Fuck.
Time. Something got fiddled with.
Transparency. What we're trying to do there is trying to get our healing as high as possible for that. See how far we are, but
The world shall burn!
that's a pyroclasm from heal, right? So
No,
no, it was DPS. Yeah.
They heal. So there's a strat where you want to just heal him before he gets that shield.
How far off are we percentage-wise? Red?
Stop at 35. 10.
10. We have enough to pump through that.
What?
It was 2 GSs as well, right?
Yeah.
Assume those weren't missed. So I noticed that
everyone needs to pump the boss.
That also means the soul pedestals need more love. I think that's where we get the difference.
How many stacks are we going to on the pedestal?
Just go to 5. You can do it easy.
I think 5 for you, but I've read 4, but that may have been because of the earlier sort of prog gear level.
For Diamond, probably don't put me or Kappa. Probably put Loke in front of me and Kappa, so we don't have to, because I still have threat on things to begin
So
with.
Hylax, Loke.
Yeah.
Then the thought process is you get pushed when we have less ads up, right?
Right, or put a
Okay,
different,
agreed.
or pull from a different group, so another healer can keep healing, and I can keep having threat on stuff. Or by then it's 3rd or 4th, then I can step in. I don't know. I don't mind.
At some point we have to revisit the healers on the pedestals because I'd rather them pump it.
Well, that's what I think he's saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep healers free as much as possible, and me to grip as much as possible.
While we talk.
So I think what he's saying is Star and Square both have one healer. Square also has a tank, but yeah, something like that.
So Brad, I moved. Okay, perfect, thank you. All right.
Give me a sec.
I'm gonna pull. It was just night.
Wait. I'm changing conduit.
Okay. Night, you're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Frida, just real quick on the start of the pull the ads in vials. Work with Night Torkin if you can on which vial, who's doing what, so you guys don't double grip that. Other than that, what we're referring to is the Phoenixes. Previously, Phoenixes come out. You're gonna pull the Phoenixes down the middle, kind of like where Ava or myself are standing right now. Farther down if you can. Then Duel's going to. I'm gonna drop another marker, but we're out of markers. Right along the where the healing ring is, ideally. All right, I think we're good. Good, Pyro, please.
We jump on the monkey and just bomb this bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm loading back.
You made it? Yeah, you made it. All right, we're good. Pull's good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On your marks.
Those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Watch your person when they get off. Kick them off either. Call out. Try and call out pedestals if they're not free. Someone come to line yourself up with Diamond next. Whoever's third, I think is Zero's potential.
I got all.
Alright, good. Let's put you on 3rd rotation then. It's the Zero's there, okay?
Yep.
Since you're pretty free. We're off heals pump.
We're off 5%.
Nice. Getting closer, boys. It is huge quality of life if we can get through that phase, get through that. I think healers may have to, even have to. I wonder if creep helps there.
Jade.
Does it?
Alright, this is the Phoenixes. Double grip, you pull them closer towards the inside. That's how the Diamond, perfect, and then Fear Bomb. And then you're gonna wash for Ember Blast here. Everyone soak here. Everyone. Nice. Watch the strike bullshit.
On the wall.
Watch that surge. one, but that's okay. We're gonna start punting here, so some slows on those bird. First one's clock move.
I didn't break it.
We didn't far off. Were we on that one? Let me see.
Super close.
So we were close.
Yeah, because he lost it after we died, so.
We did have a couple deaths there too, so that.
Well, I think he just loses it when he finishes the cast.
Oh, does he?
That would make sense.
Can we afford to unmark one of the pedestals so we can mark a place where we're gonna mass group the phoenixes?
Yeah, just do diamond.
But yeah, I think diamond. Everyone knows where that is.
Should we have 2 markers left? We only have 6 out. There's 8 total, right? We're missing a moon and a circle that we can still use, right?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. It's probably unmarked from previous.
Yeah, it is.
Really as close to that moon as you can. That's where they spawn with the walk out a little bit, and I think if we put a gate up, it helps the demon hunters DKs. Go ahead, Mo.
On triangle group, can you put a Sierra in second and make me third and Pyro fourth? Because with my Convoke and basically healing, I kind of run out of mana right at the perfect time to go get a third soak. Whereas the second one, I'm like mid Convoke, it's just bad timing for me.
Sierra.
Just slip her in front and push me and Pyro back one.
And then I'm gonna put you back in Knight, okay? The third, because you were freed pretty much.
Yep.
All right, push this. You guys just make sure you save that. This is ready for pull.
Out of curiosity, did we have the 5 DPS cooldown people ready for that shield, or were we not quite ready for it? Just to know whether we're actually off on damage or if we just missed cooldowns.
They said it was close, but
I did not do it correctly.
I did it.
I will do it this time.
yeah, if we had 2 people not, or 1 or 2 people not do it, then people eke that out. All right, we're good. A free dial. I'll take a look at that one after, okay?
5, 4, 3.
Healers. I don't know if potting helps, but
1.
definitely.
Those traitors! Gods!
No, you definitely want to
them!
know.
You torment still awaits!
Cook your portals for the second group. Make sure they're not empty. Or you need a pump. You guys have a huge role in healing.
Move on green.
Yeah, 5 looks okay. Ospec pump 2.
Did the second wings go up?
These fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to interfere.
Okay, so we're going to change something.
Should soon. The birds are out soon. Two birds down the center. Fear. Fiery strike. Watch the tank.
They got broken. They got broken.
Okay. I'll soak that one. Launch the surge right here coming out. Same position as heroic. Let it go in.
Both flames.
Break the punts, fast move, and conks.
Just a wipe.
Close. Yeah. Take that one.
Are the canisters worth healing, or direct heals to kill tests?
Canisters are huge.
Yep, big.
And we have plans to save canisters for the healing shields, right?
For the second one, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't say anything on the note about it. I just want to make sure that we're aware
I'll
and
note
doing that right.
down. Yeah, I'll note that.
As long as healers know,
We are
that's all that
doing-
matters.
Yeah, the healers generally know, but I'll note that down just for posterity. We'll wait for this res here from Brad.
We get about 5 seconds on the Pyroclasm cast, Piatra. It wasn't long at all.
So.
I'd ask questions. Let's go away. Love these questions.
I'm just thinking big brain, but it's alright. I'll figure it out.
I'm gonna change one more thing. So Frida, you said your rotation was
I think I can do something better.
your pedestal, Frida. You said it was an issue with your pedestal.
Hold on, give me a quick summon back.
I think
I'm gripping up the
Sure,
stock.
no, I'll wait.
It might be better if I'm second in the order of square.
No, don't bother about it. I'm gonna try something else. But I'm gonna switch to something that gives me more int, but I can't bother.
All right, so Ava, Frida, Conk, then Pum for the square pedestal, right?
Yeah, put me last.
Yeah.
I'm in the zone.
Yeah, basically there's an ERT for Phoenixes. I'll color code them for next week, but basically you see how it's basically Moo, Conk, Peroxide, then Soli for the push. Basically need to get that right. The idea is we try and learn as much as possible for these and make sure our rotation's like right. Yeah, sorry. When I call you for Conk, that means the push. So
at the start there, you don't need to grip the ones on Moon
5,
side. I can get them both
4,
in.
3,
So grip the ones on
2,
purple side just at
1.
the start.
Renethor's traitor look forward to our time together.
let's go.
What are you dying?
Testing my G8.
My frames aren't working. Okay.
Next set, make sure you click. None empty.
Oh god, interrupted.
Don't interrupt the person. Next set should get ready for clicking.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
We're all expecting to fit it in.
Another interruption from the Castle Guard.
That's Christ. No, we got the ads. We'll do CCs up and do these ads properly, but this is gonna be a wipe here, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no point. I don't think we plan for CC for that. If we get that, it's
We can. Yeah, this plus scale. Where
Are we supposed to be getting that Rockhound Vanquisher, or are we supposed to be skipping, or does it either way?
We're supposed
Say that.
We're not supposed to get the Vanquisher.
Let's do IDC.
Say that one more time.
We're good.
We're in the Vanquisher, right?
Yeah, I mean,
if we're
because that Vanquisher does. I mean,
Yep.
I'm sure we can handle it. Like we really can with our gear and tanking and everything. But yeah, nice when we don't. Definitely nice if we don't have them.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible not to do it, but largely that depends on your comp. And even if you did, we're able to kind of cleave through that. It is possible, but you can't do it with the soul. The other mechanics, like the whole premise means you phase before I think it's like 1 minute mark, and I think we're close, but it's crazy close. How?
Yeah, I'm gonna change something quick because I think this will big brain it better.
I'll see if I can.
6 healer clearly works better for us.
Let's. I mean,
oops, wrong button.
we're not gonna. The 6 healer, and I guess he didn't like it.
I mean, shouldn't Conk also be on triangle with Fmu? Because I'm assuming if it works out perfectly fine for Fmu to take the second pedestal, then Conk should be doing the same.
Well, I guess I'm 4th now on triangle, but as long as we're 3rd or later, we're fine to take him. He's 3rd on blue.
3rd or later. Yeah,
it's fine. We're done.
All right, I'm gonna. We. So we'll do. Man, I guess we'll do one more summon and let's drop a feast. Repair. We will need the pump for this one.
Trying, dude.
Does Vantis actually allows you to do more as well for healing? Right?
Yeah, 3%.
See, yeah, I mean, something to keep in mind for next week. 'Cause I don't know how close we'll still be. Everyone should get a 3 mythic chest this week. The vault. So you guys get some good stuff out of it. So while we're waiting for Brad to get summoned, did everyone not understand the sort of premise of this one? Feel free to ask. This is the night. Brad, just hurry up and load. Need that new computer.
What's the new computer?
Did you get it? Just waiting for Brad and Palm. Just
give me 1 sec. I'm just changing something quick.
no, it's good.
Think
It's
it'll work.
good to experiment because some patience because that first minute is make or break for healer throughput.
I don't want to go back to my Covenant Hall, but next week I'll change my better my conduits. I'll take another path down the tree. It'll help. I'll get 2 potency instead.
All right, Palm's ready.
Coming back in now.
Cool. Well, I guess we're waiting for Pyro now.
Pyro, remind me tomorrow. I want to talk to you about the conduit thing because there's got to be a better way than what you've been doing with switching them.
Okay.
We'll break the system.
Okey-doke.
Let's do this. Ava and Grind, Palm food. You can. Definitely Palm and Grind for food. Need that extra stat. While we're waiting for Palm, just make sure you guys update the loot system in case your SimC had patches and everything like that. Important. Especially coming into Thursday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rid those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Try one more thing too. When we call the wipe, Drew, I want to see if you can shroud reset us. Second set, make sure you click. No idle time, Star's idle right now. Set for that one.
Yeah, I got interrupted because the assassin just...
Yep, the assassin. Same. Got the same one.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
We missed it.
I missed my first guardian. So.
Oh, that's why we're off so much. All right. I think Vanquisher we can deal with, like the previous time we phased, but we can't deal with Fusers.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit you guys with the you can dump all your mana, and we're going to double him in mana side.
You'll have the opportunity to get it back, the healer, I think, and I think there might even be chances to eat the
boom.
I think there might even be chances to eat a pot that gives you the lets you sleep. It's bigger, but the Miss Guardian is huge because that's the 60%, right? Highlights, that sounds like a good idea. We're having some problems with the assassins basically kicking people off.
Right now you have... Sorry.
Let me finish and then I'm going to swap highlights myself real quick, so I'll take first on Diamond. I'll reflect that in the note after. Then Hylex, you take second, all right? And kind of figure it out from there. There's no one else we can swap on that one besides you and me. Tanks, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Ava. We're counting down.
I just typed to you. I was going to say it after the raid, but if it might be an issue earlier, like, it's a lot of damage.
3,
Okay, I'll
2,
optimize that one.
1.
Renethos traitors! Gods, stop them!
Next click is pretty soon if you haven't already.
Guardian Spirit.
Appreciate the clicks, guys. It's super important. It's not a, I know it's counterintuitive to the parsing, but just make sure you do that rotation on time. Off specs pump as well.
This 5% off. 5% off.
Okay. We can still get it for the soul infuser though.
Like 1,000 suns!
So that's good. We made the soul infuser. We have the vanquisher. 5% off.
Channel your symbols and hand attacks.
All group for this one. Watch the tank cleat. Try not to move too much yet.
Book of Flames is coming up in 8 seconds.
Watch the...
Focus now.
Shows a better visual representation. See if there's a weaker for how much HP is left on the cloak.
The overall cast on Nathria weak shows it, but we're like 20% off. He's like HP still.
I think that was a little early that time.
And here's what I'm noticing. If we don't get that Vanquisher down, it seems okay, but it seems questionable because that Vanquisher basically hit someone for like 75%. I noticed it was on me this time just because I noticed it. I think it whacked a couple of people there before. I think it's a random target, right? So it's like super unlucky, especially if everyone has to soak the flame. Two things here.
Ignite, Starfall, and Shadow Word Pain on the Phoenixes right after I feared them.
Yeah, that I was gonna say that was my fault because the Phoenix Shid was going right through and I seared it, so Very Nightmare spreads the Word Pain.
Starfall shouldn't break CC.
I'm gonna do a ready check here. Ava, can you? Where in the location
We're gonna go along that wall. We're not going to the back. We're gonna go along the wall over there.
Ava, where in the location makes sense for you?
Anything but first is fine. Second
is okay.
Anything but first is.
So Frida, make your way over to Frida and Nasira. Do yours first.
Well, you had Free Dive first, and we switched that. So my group doesn't have anyone else unless you start rearranging groups. So, but even if you switch to Beatra, it's fine.
You're right. Frida, do you think you can try and change that?
Yeah. Just I can just pull the one and go.
Just pull and go straight toward it.
Yeah.
Okay, latency is okay. All right, we'll pull then. So Mage's second. We'll try that with Combust, all right? And I'm gonna PI. Make sure I PI Zeros. I'm good, Zeros.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, sure.
The start.
1.
Renethos traitors! Gods, stop them! I look forward to our time.
Clicking. 5 looks pretty safe. I don't think playing too safe with 4. Next set of rotations, get ready. Bullseye, come on this one after you're done. Bull's missing one. I don't know if that's Alex. After he gets res. You got that res highlight? It's pending.
If you have Crimson Glory on you, you're not standing anywhere near the pedestals.
that, but yeah.
One pedestal anticipated at death, so we should just wipe this. Pedestal was basically empty. The good news is Pyro, who are you PIing for this one?
I was PIing myself.
Can you PI Pum for this one? I just want to see.
Totally got me.
Totally got you? Okay.
Can PI zeros?
I think something else.
More of those.
No, I'm already PIing zeros.
Do not allow them to interfere.
PI,
Brad.
PI Brad. Yeah.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
So, Drew, can you just check this out real quick when we call the wife for next time? It was
I already
Shroud.
did
It didn't work.
It didn't work. We're in since we're in combat, people are considered to not be able to stealth.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because, like, I thought I had read that at least in the first several weeks when people were doing this, people were able to do a quick reset with the Shroud.
Weird. I mean, I just tried it and nothing happened. Like
You have everyone in it or something?
Can we not just do the normal? Well, I guess who's the boss in this? If you take the main dude on the trash here out up the stairs, does it reset?
I think you can walk through. I think there's a
right, but we have a monk, and the normal way to reset a boss is for a monk to just taunt transcendence out.
Yeah, let's try it, Freaky, if you can.
Got a release bug. 1 second. Trying to load up.
Yeah, sure.
I hearted up quick so I could grab something. I'm looking up a log at something. It makes sense to me.
Also, can people try to stay more central at the very beginning because the druid's convoking off in the far? I mean, I can't get any further away against that wall, and I'm still healing like 8 or 9 different actual people instead of just the boss.
The problem is there will be some people out there because of the pedestal clicks. I don't know if you can get.
Yeah, sure. But that should be 2. That should be like 2 people. Instead, I've got heals on a ton of people.
I can't really. The fuck?
Those heals aren't bad.
You wanna?
They take it down anyway.
Restart it.
Maybe you just alt F4 or something, Pum.
It kicked me out. Yeah, it kicked me out.
Just
put me back in fucking
Will you stone up?
Legion. Trying to rise it back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on.
How long does the convoke thing last?
It's 4 seconds. So really, I'm throwing a few hots to burn some mana and then convoking. So really, after 6 or 7 seconds, my convoke's done in the fight.
Can you just stone up, please? Pretty please.
Trying to see if I can load back in. Hold on.
Thanks, man. Oh, I think.
Is it worth delaying the pedestals for like 6 seconds then?
I don't know how much
Probably
heals
not.
that is.
No, it's not. It's not. There should only be 2 pedestals in range of us for us to be in range of the ball.
Exactly.
Maybe a third, but in reality, like I've got rejuves, regrowths, even swiftments going on like 5 or 6 different people, and that's the issue. So that's going to eat up like half my convoke.
Try to cluster around this central mark here for the rest of the raid, especially if you're ranged. Melee, it's understandable. For the 2 tanks, try and pull a little closer towards. Get someone on Pum and. The 2 tanks try and pull a little closer towards where Ava, the mage, is standing right now, that little X. Hopefully what this means is more optimal. It's on Sun King. I mean, it looks like we're pretty close, and even if we get Vanquisher, it's not the end of the world. Vanquisher seems to be pretty rough, though, like a big hit that just targets random person. You good, Palm?
Loading in. Oh yeah, I'm loading in. Right here.
I'm doing ready check.
Eat and then we go. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, go when you're ready. 3 seconds.
Good, tanks.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rinicles, traitors! Gods, stop them!
I'm GI. GS.
Second clicks. Star's open. Goes on star.
Rip.
Time together.
Get palm up. That'll run. It's fast res for this one.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Vanquisher coming down soon.
Interfere.
Still awaits.
That was a miss soul infuser too. I think we had a healer get there. Get this up.
Swipe it.
What's the rotation? I mean, it was 2, right? He was down for 10 seconds.
Also, we also didn't add some time when they full healed.
The which one's the Vanquisher or the
Assassins? Yeah.
Assassins. Yeah, okay.
But I think I found the play.
There's gonna have to be a decent amount of focus fire on that one. I could call it, but the problem is I'm clicking pedestals. Interestingly enough, we were able to do the assassins actually on those first like 2 or 3 pulls.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What's different? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Didn't look like an issue. I was looking out for that in the first 3 pulls, and it didn't look like an issue. Problem. It was probably just missed.
Stopped doing damage. I started healing boss.
Ah.
I really did 0 damage.
Yeah, I think that's mostly after assassins for that one, unless you're clicking. This is red check.
So, are people standing close to the pedestals for like with Crimson Flurry? Because at least 2 or 3 of Star got interrupted, and I feel like at most it should only be 1.
Brad slowly eat, and could be it. The interrupts are also coming from the assassin's random target too, which is supposed to be the gotcha. All right, we're good. Let's pull this.
Okay.
If you see that Homos, make sure you just let me know. All right, just calm that. Send a tell, especially if it's on your way.
4.
I mean,
Diamond and Star look pretty good.
1.
Criticals, traitors! Stop them!
PI's out.
I think I found the risk.
Get ready for the next pedestals.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
It's a miss.
One pedestal's empty.
Push her up. Rotation for pedestals.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Shall burn!
Swipe.
The fonts.
So I feel like the ads are just.
Okay.
No,
Hold on,
I think we missed one set of fonts.
Can you elaborate on that, Zeros?
The things that drop that you heal up.
Yep.
Because I didn't see any.
Missed as in like
Yeah.
disappeared, or missed as in not
You never seen none.
heal it.
I didn't see any.
I ain't seen
Bugged
none,
out,
bro.
you're saying?
No, there's no.
Yeah, that
It's the occultist. The occultist drop it, not the infusers. The infusers drop a buff. The occultist drop a font to heal up.
We had 2 occultists still up there, right, towards the end. I don't know if that was a
Oh
big
yeah,
factor,
kill
but
those.
Yeah, that's
because it's the ordering of the ads, right?
Conk, I don't know if you feel different, but my convoke feels like it's not doing shit to the boss most of these pulls. I think we'd rather save it for the damage phase, shield.
Let's try that. I was also gonna say, like, for those DPS that can heal, I wonder if it's worth healing only when there's a guardian spirit. I noticed that there are periods where we don't have guardian spirit. I'm just like throwing my shitty spaghetti heals on them. So it'd be worth it just to optimize DPS until the GS is called. All right, I'm gonna do a ready check here.
Feast.
Please? Like what? Forgot your manners? The door? Jesus.
Num nums.
We're not animals here. The fuck?
Did a note real quick. And I think we're good, tanks. Yeah, we'll definitely want to take a look at the logs for this one after.
5, 4.
Anecdotally, it looks like
2, 1.
your first pedestal. Also, just be careful of the investigation of some of those things. We want to wait for this one. Second set should
Triangle's empty. The actor.
I got a guardian.
Did you miss that, Pyro?
No, second slot. Second person didn't go.
No, there was a
It's
guardian on me instead of the boss.
That explains that.
I think there's a mess up. There's a font here I'm trying to bring up. You're trying.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that the depths are swift.
And also that's the Guardian.
Too much of a difference,
You
right?
Guardian, the boss, you hear feel the fonts like hitting for extra. Phasing about 20 seconds late. 25
Too big of
seconds.
a, let's wipe this. It's too big of a difference in this Guardian.
Can we try the Phoenix?
Try shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try for those two.
You're saying I missed guardian?
Yeah, we'll cover it after. Our Phoenix is okay?
Nope.
By something.
Oh, great. We gotta figure out what is.
I mean, I've every
Looks
time
like a
I've
Sunfire,
listed
actually.
what it is.
Yeah, it does seem like a Sunfire this time. I'll wipe this one.
Wait, can we?
Shield.
I'll try the stealth thing.
Shield him too. Do shield.
Make shield with 4 or 5 down. Yeah, so real quick, Pyro, that would have been the might have been yours. Second Guardian, right?
Yeah, I casted it.
Yeah, but you might have casted it on the healer.
You
instead
casted it
of-
on me.
Yeah,
Did I? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. That's what we were trying to say, because that we're basically like
Yeah, I was
hugely
like,
off.
I don't. Yeah, somebody missed.
Okay.
Guardians
Okay,
on
never,
me.
sorry about that.
So that was the route, and then as we're pretty good, I didn't see that pop up again, thankfully. But how did it feel? Because I want that to go right, so that we can basically measure whether or not taking off heals to focus on ads, taking Convoke off Sun King is worth it. It's a data point we're trying to figure out for our comp.
We did not convoke Sun King for healing on that pull.
I know. That's what I want you guys to keep doing, right? I want them to do their Guardian Spirit properly. just to be able to see where we stand on that transition. Solely food and night food. I think we're good for the poll. All right, I see the meeting. Go ahead, Tanks.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Renithal's traitors! Stop them!
Star is empty.
Yeah, Cry, you can go.
I'm gonna be interrupted
Get ready
early.
for next pedestal.
Get ready.
Another interruption from
Cut yourself off.
Our pedestals are fucked. I don't know what's going on. There's so many open pedestals.
Which pedestal are you looking at? Saw
Green was open for a while before Fiacre got to it. I just went in and stepped in because I don't think Pyro was near to grab it after that. And I'm only watching mine, but I noticed some other ones open for some time as well.
Purple was okay. I noticed Star was open, pretty open.
Wait, can we practice
If there's
shield?
a healer on your
Oh, never
list
mind.
and you're after the healer and it's the first bit, just go.
The star was open earlier than it should have been because I got one of the dudes got a cast off on me. Just the normal dudes, like just doing a normal cast.
I'll stack this wipe.
It is pretty helpful if this happens if we can just practice the Phoenix, because there's a couple things me and Knight are still trying to figure out with that. If we can, I mean, because this whole time, look, we're still not dead, and we can just just let us practice.
The problem is the infuser. If it's just Vanquisher, I think that's a.
What does the infuser do that makes the Phoenixes not stay in pure CC?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Like it's literally like 10 more seconds just so I can try the CC.
Yep, the combo. Yep.
And then once we have it down, then we'll begin.
So we were 7% off there. That's probably largely as a result of the channels.
No, it's not.
Right? Individual numbers could be higher. Pyro, it looks like Brad might be having some frame problems, but maybe just PI yourself on that one. Or
Okay, my shit's fine. No? I will let you know if my frames fuck up.
Okay.
Look, either you or Freaky need to switch to healing now.
Drew can allow provoking, so we can go second if fire mages want to go third.
Wait, Pyro's healing, so he shouldn't be channeling on the pedestal.
So real quick, Brad, you still want me to go heal for this one?
You or Freaky, yeah. Go.
Freaky, I'll go heal.
That was a question I meant to ask. Is it worth it for healers to be channeling?
Healers are going last.
I think if they're low on mana, put them on the end of the list, and if the pedestal opens and they just want to save some mana.
Supposed to be on the end of the list, but we're honestly, it sounds like we might be going through our list a little sooner because of pre-break. So
the list is just there, so you know which pedestal you're on. The order I don't care about.
I will say greater
I shouldn't be
castigation.
channeling.
Greater castigation does not interrupt you on the pedestal. You just take extra damage, so you just have to watch your health. It's only the assassin jump and the random cast on the occultist that'll break you.
The assassin jump seems pretty locked down. You're blowing them up pretty well. So
Purple, I don't get how we're getting through our list. Purple hasn't gone past me like once.
because the people are getting interrupted, right? That's what they're calming. So all right, pull this. See this extra heal. With a disc
5,
priest here, I think we
4,
just need to make sure that
3,
you guys
2,
leave the
1.
extra small raid healing.
Those traitors! Stop them!
Assassin in row.
Next on fire.
Highlight, need to go on this one.
Knight, taunt as soon as you can. I'll just suck at the pedestal.
Laser John, taunt back.
Additional
Watch
guards
it!
are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Come on, you bitch.
That's good. Oh shit, it's out.
It's still late.
Fine, it's fine. This is more doable than Diffuser. Get your practice in for your Phoenixes. River Blast soon. This is the Blazing Surge, so just be careful of this one coming out. Get out of this, back of the raid. Back of the raid.
Here is Frida.
That out. Get punched out. And it's okay to hang around a little. Burst this.
Consume you!
Was that better with the Ignite?
Was better, but we're
Okay,
gonna
better. Keep switching things to see what works.
how far off were we? We were pretty close off that Vanquisher. Like obviously closer than before.
Hold the second GA until the essence fonts are out, and GA before they are healed up.
Yeah, it's just a couple
time the GAs. Yeah, you have to time the GAs because we can't just keep spamming like.
The first ones can go on. First ones go on right away, but the second one needs to wait for the essence fonts.
Yeah.
And duel on the ads, they were broken again, right? Like,
Death Knight died.
No,
So we lost a chain, I think.
no, one of the ads didn't get hit.
okay, got it. So one barreling towards us. One other change for the tanks when you're doing that one, try to go on skull so you let them come towards us straight down instead of ruining real estate. If you cut too far past X and to the corner of the room, we may run out of space. I'm not sure how big a problem that'll be, but Ava, Fiacha, move food.
Repairs up, so do it.
Fiacha, didn't see it. Let's get a summon on him. Thanks, Rennick.
Change up so much shit. I don't think I remember how to put it back.
Looks like we've hit a steady state with the ERT as well, while we're waiting for the summon for Fiacha. Looks to me like everyone's got their DPS cooldowns in a good spot, I think. I received some feedback that some people are still like getting used to the first cloak DPS EVs because you have a pretty small window to pop them. You much need to make sure that it's coming up.
It helps to pop them ahead of time soon.
Yeah, you have to. You can't waste that like UCD or 2 or 3.
And if you have little things like trinkets that go off at a
Fiacha.
specific time if you time it. Right.
We're good. Butcher's ready. Thanks.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rid of those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Purple's gonna free up right now. Purple.
Yeah, let's frag it.
one next.
Additional guards are en route.
There we go.
Pyro, you missed your him.
We made it without that. That's nice.
Oh, we got the bank again.
Oh, the
Yeah, we need-
animation. Yeah.
Oh, we needed the him. We got the him. We passed. Just push.
Fun. Practice this one. Got your dots.
Simpler Hope and Manatide now.
Going straight down skull tanks. It's perfect. Especially if you have. Make sure those are inside. Up after this one, watch the blast.
I'll link the next.
Blast coming up right now. Watch this.
Bye bye.
Oh.
80k difference, right?
No, it was like 6k.
Okay, fuck. Saw like
the Phoenixes weren't CC'd. If they're CC'd, then our Convokes don't ever touch them. I saw multiple of my abilities go flying off screen to the right at one of the Phoenixes. I mean, that's literally the difference in that shield or not.
We got 2 of those. Let me do this one more time.
Switch out.
Both like, can you use your CDs there? Curious. That first one.
What was the question?
Asking if Bullseye can use the CDs there in the first one instead of the second one. Hunter CDs are pretty.
For 7k damage.
I don't know, like.
No, I messed my combustion up a little too. I was a little late.
Oh, okay. I was assuming people would.
It's probably 6k. Like, I don't know if it's a billion, but I think I can. Yeah.
Look at that 6k difference, honestly, with.
We have a couple people that are still yellow. Please repair.
Let me get something.
Yeah, Zeros, you see that?
Yeah, I'll try it out.
Start hurting now, please.
Yep.
Crap.
Yeah, trying to help.
A few people need to eat still while we're waiting on Zeros. By the way, PM myself or Zeros, if you are looking for a specific BOE after this raid set, so you guys need a specific one. We're gonna do our best to use guild resources to make that happen. I spoke to 2 people that need it. You still haven't PM'd me what you need, so. Good, Zeros?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, let's and duel and Zeros, you guys good?
Yeah, there's something weird with the grips on the Phoenixes that I'm trying to look at, but
There's an auto attack after you have to watch out for, so. I'm first, Phoenix.
Killer?
6. Yeah. I'll switch. I'll update ERT after.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect transformation duel.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rid those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Pedestals. Star needs love. Star pedestal.
Jay now.
More of those fools seek to hinder
And
us.
coming down.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Star's been open for a long time.
can probably work through that, especially with the. If you have the line, let it go straight down towards tanks.
The first heroes out with the second. Lead.
Watch that.
Come on. There goes everyone.
See what we can do with 2 down.
Boom.
20k.
Can't. 2 down, 20k. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's the cleave, right? Just make sure you guys are aware of that. I think I am calming that one.
We could try going back to 5 heal again.
Is that
Think
better,
you guys got
Heroes? Yeah, I think we
that's
do.
better. Yeah.
Cool. I think good with that.
You know.
I mean, obviously we can't do the fight with anyone down, but looks like you guys have it. Because remember, Disc can't really do much on King, so.
Yeah, I think we got it.
Alright.
Works, right, Zeros?
Right.
It's better.
It's better.
I'll give a little extra cushion just for tonight.
Yeah, sure.
No, look, switch back. We'll do 5.
Okay, good. Yeah, it does look better, I gotta say, so. It's worked out your kinks.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was testing out different things to see what worked. And I think I found it.
Make sure you guys eat. You guys are,
The raid should be on the mirror of X.
Okay.
X shouldn't. X doesn't really have a purpose now.
Thanks, go for it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ridiculous traitors! Gods, stop them!
Uninterrupted.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it, Patrick. You go next.
Diamond's gonna open up.
I got interrupted as well. Theatrical.
Jay, plays on buff. Yes, and song's up.
Pedestals.
More of those fools seek to hinder us.
Alright, Roth,
Do not
by
allow
2%.
them to interfere.
Yeah, I fucked up on
Okay, we can deal with the Vanquisher. You guys saw. Practice the Phoenixes. This is the group soak here. Soak, everyone. And then this is the strike soon. This is the surge. This is the one you want to get out of.
Focus in 10 seconds.
Get towards the tanks if you need. Nice job.
Focus in 10 seconds.
Get ready. Made it. Battle res.
Rip.
Watch the surge here. That Vanquisher is dishing tons of damage. Another cloak here. Just use all personal CDs. This is soak. Missed that one for sure. It was really good.
Can we just talk about Phoenixes?
Yeah, question I want to ask is, it doesn't look like the fear's going on, right? Is that broken?
It went off. It went off that time. I don't know if it got broken. It felt short, but
it felt like they were really short.
The majority
it lasted
of
the full 20 seconds. The last 2 pulls. on both at last 2 pulls.
So I saw when they finished, started moving towards us. I typhooned them in vortex because I'm first on the list, right? So
yep.
I also ran out and changed the ice, both of them, as soon as they started moving.
Did feel like they were coming up on us. I think the would we go through? We went through Conks. Did we go through Peroxide and Solis?
I don't think we quite got to Conks because when they were broke, I mean, even when I was having to do it, I was an inch out of the fucking cleave that we have to dodge. Kind of got lucky to dodge it doing mine with that timing, and then we're in the middle of trying to break a shield when Conks would come up. So that's just kind of rough for him at that timing, unless he just goes out and does it really early, which I guess he could do, but.
No, ideally not. I mean, at that point, we may even want to switch the healer rotation out there. I'm waiting for Ava to take the res before I do this. Ava,
I didn't get a res.
I think just put a ring of peace between me and Conk, and that way there's no bad timing on it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep.
Conk. Alright, it's posted.
Oh, probably need to let Freaky change talents then. No, he doesn't have.
Freaky, you have it?
Ring of peace right now.
I'm gonna confirm it real quick, Freaky.
I just looked. He doesn't have it right now.
Fuck no.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Minutes left.
I'm gonna make the call for Freaky to just change that real quick, just so we can see the rotation and get the practice in. Ring of Peace is super handy there because everyone is DPSing. Freaky, good?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do things.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ridicles, traitors! Stop them!
I'm just gonna get interrupted.
Stars it. Star's good.
I'll get triangle.
Squares it.
GA.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Who's open?
We missed it already.
We can hit the soul and freezer one, so it's good. Down the middle, try not to cheat too far to the other side. This is the Ember Blast shared. Out of the fire. Watch the blazing here. Blazing straight towards the wall. Good.
Cloak and fire.
Good. It's cloaked in 2 seconds. We'll make it, but. I think 3 people getting clipped by the flame surgeon.
Yeah, I think the tank leave. It looks like.
Is it tank leave? It looked like one of them. At least one of them was the flame, the conal. That needs to be.
I think we need to place Ember Blasts better. We keep dropping them like right on top of the boss, and then yeah, he comes out of that straight into the tank cleave and it hits a bunch of us.
Do we have to drag the High Torturer that far away? Does that do something?
It puts it next to the next ad that pops out that people like standing right next to and getting clocked by.
That one? Do I understand?
Aren't we ideally not even getting that ad?
We're like at best 2-3% off still though on that one.
I guess I feel like people aren't. I mean, I can't even hang out near my pillar and hit that ad. It's so far.
Well, the idea is that that ad cannot die during phase 1. It has to die during phase 2. Because if it dies during phase 1, then we get more ads.
Well, I need to hit it to reduce my cooldown on combustion, but okay.
The problem is
It's fine. I mean, it's coming up, so it's fine. I was just curious, so there we go. That's a reason.
But if we can focus on getting the second phase out quicker because of the heal, I think would be a good spot. All right, let's go. Thanks. And in theory, you could hit that ad to your heart's desire, you know.
5, 4,
I have no heart.
3, 2, 1.
Renegals, traitors! Gods, stop them!
Make sure you guys get ready to click second group.
Try this again.
Stars are
GA.
Turning Angel.
Squares open.
One second until bank.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Yeah, 5 seconds off. 50% off.
It's pretty good actually. We're closing that gap. It looks like everything done has to align a little bit. This is the right comp and CC's down. Remember those Phoenixes are a little close. Watch the dots. Group soak mechanic here. This isn't gonna.
He's gonna be.
This is a surge. Just pick this out behind the raid. Perfect. Don't get cleaved in the front.
5 seconds.
Get ready to burst damage. Get ready. Nice job. This is a group soak here. Push that surge. Push that surge. Get a battle res on Frida.
Freaking immune, the Amber Blast.
Ring a piece, ring a piece.
Ring.
Then it's on call.
Slunk.
Get ready for second DPS check here. Group soak. Break. How close was that one? Okay, that's doable. We had 2 down and we hit the battle res. Then I died midway through that one because of the dots. Ring a piece isn't there, but next the priest punt basically set them back, right? You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Which was good because that allowed us to go through that transition pretty well. I just didn't. It did look like it was pretty far once the priest punt went in. Or at the distance on Hodges. Probably throw a couple of those.
10 yards.
It's too close.
20 inches.
20. Alright, I'm ready, check. Making past the first one.
I think we're good now, yeah.
Second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Vanquisher was doable too, but yeah. You guys were.
Can pump more.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we can plan to kill the boss with the Vanquisher during that phase.
Yeah. I mean, there will be towards the end a time where you will have the Vanquisher and boss, but ideally you're already pumping only boss at that point. Go ahead, thanks. I think there's a big difference also with people making it to their
5, 4,
pedestals, which is good.
2,
Definitely seeing improvement there.
Those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Look, got interrupted. It's a triangle. Either Rennick or Hylac.
Diamond, I think you mean?
It's a diamond thing.
The Archer Triangle.
Alright, Guardian Angel and him.
Get these essence fonts up. If you guys are hybrid, hit the essence fonts first, please.
Woo.
Bit late. Rough. Up by quite a bit.
Or number 4, right?
Yeah.
I will say, people got off theirs early. I definitely noticed 2 pedestals went off early. Let's try the Phoenix is here, but that's because I think in a cultist that was free casting,
Ensure that their deaths are swift.
I think he interrupted like quite a few people.
Like 1,000 suns!
Wipe this
There's
one
any
out.
fusers. It's a wipe.
This is a yeah, full hard
No,
wipe here.
the Guardian Angel did. The Essence Fonts didn't hit the Guardian Angel. It hit a bit later.
Wipe this one.
You must consume you!
What's the trigger for the Essence Fonts?
Yeah,
Just at the top of the
Cultist time.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
There was a cultist that was free casting, and it was maybe I don't know if the grip. I'll check logs, but you grip that in a little more. It was basically farther out for the moon and blue side. Had 3 casts off, maybe 2 or 3 casts off, and that also means the fonts were delayed. At least that font was delayed.
Right. As long as I know
One
that's
more
that
poll.
dial, I won't wait for the call.
Okay.
Can we? I don't know if this is crazy, but can we just assign range silences on the 4 casters at the beginning?
I did it when I saw it, but
I mean,
it's a little tricky. But yeah,
if it's assigned, because I mean they're 4 static, you just do the instant silence. They just
yeah,
run
yeah,
right
yeah.
in.
We'll make sure we do that for next one. For this poll,
We
just
only had 5 kicks that entire poll. Like there's 20 people.
Right. But the first one matters so much more because if we've had polls where we get them all in and they just instantly just fucking explode.
Yep.
We need to summon Ava.
I spaced out.
It's fine.
Got these fire mages.
I was gonna start running, but then I realized it's like in Africa, so.
Yeah.
Is people in the first 2 pedestals probably, certainly the first pedestal can't. I think mages might be able to, especially since you guys might be a little closer towards that side anyway. Hylax, if you can watch your DPSing, you can watch the occultists on our side, and I'll watch the occultists as well once I'm off pedestal. All right, you good, Ava?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks. Full.
And the occultists can be CC'd, so you know, once they get into
3,
a group, like sweep
2,
them, just
1.
murder them.
Those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Stun, AoE, do whatever you can to them so that they can cast them. Set, you ready? Purple's open.
Sorry.
Don't top off the Essence Font.
Squares.
GA now.
Yeah, green.
Stars open.
Blows somewhat.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
1% off.
Oh, that was like 5 seconds off. Good job, bro. Do this, it's fine. Do it with the Vanquisher, just down the middle. This is CC's. First one's gonna be an Ember Blast shared.
Commuted out.
Share. Alright. Gonna try and bait this surge out. Stand in front of the boss. Get your tank. They don't stand in front of the boss. Dude lost a couple there.
40 KO.
4, 3.
Makes it 40.
40k, yeah. 40k.
40k, yep. Okay. Alright, boys. We got some homework to do. We're just going to take a look at what we could do to optimize that phase 1 so we can notch that over a little more. On our best few, it was like literally like 3-4 seconds, right? Not even. That last one was like...
No, I fucking bopped him instead of laying hands on him. It's fine.
Oh, Jesus. It was like literally... That was our best, I think. That was basically 2 seconds off, not even.
I feel like a double Ascendant Shaman would do more healing than the pedestals.
I haven't.
Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't touched a pedestal all night.
Yeah, same.
So that's 2 pedestals we're not.
Yeah, I
so
think they're using it. I think, and we're able to clear it with those pedestals aren't going empty as well.
Yeah, I'm going third, and pretty much by the time I get to 5 stacks is right when it's supposed to be transitioning. So like, I don't think you need more than 15.
Well, I'm just looking at like the healing. On average, we've been doing only like 400k with the pedestals, and I think getting 20 seconds of both shamans with like the GAs and everything, I feel like that'd be much more than just the 400k.
Yep.
Like the essence fonts are still really good because they're healing for about 1 million, but the pedestals aren't doing much.
We could probably also fit after Knight. I think after Knight does his round, we could probably fit Duel on one of the pedestals too.
I think we need to just get better at timing the essence fonts with the GA.
Yeah, that made a big difference. We were 2 seconds off on that one, and so clearly we could do it. But
with the GA.
But you know what? It's not
with the GA too.
Not mutually exclusive though, right? Say like I think you could do both, like, and I think that's basically like solid there. Actually, you know what? So I wish you said that earlier because I definitely would have liked to try it. It's one poll just to look at the data.
Yeah, like so it would be a sentence is 20 seconds. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
15,
the first
15 seconds. 15
okay,
seconds.
so for the first 15 seconds, they should be known by the pedestals. And just let the shaman pump.
Because what's happening is when I'm popping Ascendants, because people are channeling, it's hitting them too. I'm not getting the full value into it. But I was like, yeah, let's still try it.